Hi, my name is Avery, and today I'm going to be teaching y'all how to make a 2-ingredient pizza dough recipe that I found in high school while taking a 3-year culinary course. The ingredients for this recipe are going to be 1 3/4 cup of self-rising flour, 1 cup of Greek yogurt, a half a cup of pizza sauce, and 1 cup of shredded mozzarella cheese. But if you don't have the self-rising flour, you can also substitute that for 2 cups of all-purpose flour, and also a teaspoon of salt and 3 teaspoons of baking powder. And the yield for this recipe is going to be 1 12-inch pizza that cuts into 8 slices. For instructional purposes, I'm going to be using the alternative method of making self-rising flour yourself by sifting together 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of salt, and 3 teaspoons of baking powder. Once you have 1 cup measured, just go ahead and cut off the top so it's flat and put it into your new bowl. Now that we have our 2 cups of self-rising flour, we're going to measure out our 1 3/4 cup of self-rising flour for our recipe. Remember, spoon the flour in and scrape it off. And it's very important that you don't pick up the flour without spooning it in, because most recipes call for sifted flour, and packed in flour will make the recipe too dry. I bought 2 small 5-ounce containers of Greek yogurt for use of this recipe to avoid any waste, because I myself don't eat Greek yogurt at home. But of course you can buy a tub of Greek yogurt. And so now I'm going to just add that into our 1 3/4 cup of all-purpose flour. And we'll begin the mixing process. Once you get to the part where you're done incorporating the Greek yogurt into the flour, you're going to want to spread out some flour on your surface. And you're just going to plop that dough on your countertop. But now that we have it laid out, we're just going to start kneading that dough with our hands. Just trying to get all of that stickiness out. And at any point during this process, if the dough begins to get sticky again, you can just go ahead and sprinkle on a little bit more flour and just start incorporating that in. Once you have all of your dough mixed together, you're going to want to start shaping that dough into your 12-inch pizza round. And of course, if at any point it gets a little bit sticky, you can just add a little bit more flour. Now once you have your pizza spread out to that 12-inch piece of dough, you're going to get a parchment paper covered baking sheet, and you're going to sprinkle a little bit of flour on top of that and put your pizza on it. You're going to want to preheat your oven to 400. For my pizza sauce, I've chosen the organic garlic lovers from H-E-B, but of course you can use any type of pizza sauce that you'd like. But remember, it's just going to be a half a cup on your 12-inch pizza, and you're just gonna put that on and spread it out. And usually I leave about 1 inch of room from the side of my crust to make sure that it doesn't spill over in the oven. Now I'm gonna add about a cup of mozzarella, and then of course you can add any other toppings. I'll be adding pepperoni because You can't go wrong with the pepperoni and cheese pizza. And then you're gonna stick that in the oven. Once you put the pizza into the oven, it's going to need to cook for about 20 minutes or until the crust turns golden brown and the cheese melts. And now that our pizza is done, we're going to go ahead and pull it out. Oh my gosh, look at how good that looks. And just like that, you have a homemade pizza. Thank y'all for your time and have a nice evening.